Let's now look at an exam-style question. So it tells us the chemical equation for a reaction is given below, and the rate equation is given by rate is equal to the rate constant times by the concentration of N2O5. How many molecules of N2O5 are in the rate determining step? Well, it's important to be careful here. You could be caught out by the fact that there's 2 molecules of N2O5 in the overall equation. But what we care about is the rate, because it's the rate determining step and there's only one. If there's only one molecule in the rate equation, that is, if it's order 1, then it means there's only one molecule involved in the rate determining step. So that's your 1 mark there. Now, the second question says to consider a reaction between hydrogen and nitrogen monoxide, and then it gives us the reaction below here. It says fill in step 2 below and gives us some reaction mechanism. We can notice here that there's 2 fast steps that are given, and we're to fill in the slow step. Now, the way to do this is to make sure everything balances. N2O2 here does not appear in the overall reaction equation either as a reactant or as a product, which makes it an intermediate. This means it must be used up somewhere. It's not used up in step 3, so it must be used up in the step we're writing, step 2. So we can write it in as N2O2. Now we look back to the overall reaction equation and see that there's 2 hydrogen molecules used overall. Whereas if we look to our steps here, only one of these hydrogen molecules has been used so far. Everything has to balance, so we need to put in another hydrogen molecule, and that will give us our 1, 2 overall, which then balances with the overall reaction equation. Here we have N2O, which again is not in the reactants, and it's not in the products. So it must be an intermediate, and it hasn't been created anywhere in the given steps. So that must be one of the products that's created in our step 2. So again, we can write that in. Finally, we can see that there are 2 waters produced in the overall reaction, whereas so far in the steps, we only have 1 molecule of water being produced. So the other one must be produced in our step here. Now we can go through and just double check that everything balances. As far as reactants go, we have 2 molecules of nitrogen monoxide, and our 2 molecules are used up here. There are also 2 molecules of hydrogen. We've got 1 here and 1 here, so both of those are used. We now need to make sure that anything on the left side of the arrows here has been generated somewhere else in the equation.
Hey guys, to continue watching this video and unlock hundreds of other super concise exam board specific A-level chemistry videos, just click the Snap Revise smiley face here. Join me today, and together let's make A-level chemistry a walk in the park.